everybody, this is Sherry with CPR, Craft, Pray, Repeat. And before I get started on this video, I just wanted to let you all know that I have a cough drop in my mouth, and I apologize for doing that because I think it's horribly rude to talk with something in your mouth. But I've got a cough and I can't quit coughing. And it was either this or stop and drink every 2 seconds during the video to keep my throat moist. So I chose the cough drop. So I hope I hope y'all can tolerate that, because I really don't like to do that. If you give me 1 second, I'll be back to share my projects with you. This is my first project, and I know a lady who does a lot of pink for Christmas. So it gave me an opportunity to pull out some of my pinks and use them where I don't get a lot of opportunity to do that with the normal Christmas tags that I make. So this is a die I got at AliExpress. It makes a really cute little bag. It actually has a die where you can cut a handle right here, but I opted to use eyelets in place of that. I used this really beautiful paper from Prima called Sugar Cookie Christmas by Frank Garcia for a lot of these projects. This is one of the die cut pieces. Lisa got me the whole set, which I've never really had that before, so that was so awesome to be able to pull out pieces that match perfectly. I used my Tim Holtz Sizzix Poinsettia die for the flowers that you're going to see on most of these projects. Some bells from my stash, a garment pin from BB Craft, some seam binding from my stash, and this is the Recollections 110 pound cardstock for the base of the bag. So it's nice and sturdy. Absolutely love how it turned out. And if you give me 1 second, I'll share the things that I made that are on the inside of the bag. Just let me move it over to the side. Here is the first thing that I made, and I did some flares. I Googled some free pink Santa images and some free pink snowman images, because I didn't have any really in pink. And I could have cut some probably from the Frank Garcia paper, which would have been a really cute idea, but I didn't think of that until after I had completed them. But they turned out really cute. I'm going to zoom in here just a little bit tighter so you can see them, and I'll move them so that you can get a better look at them. But I absolutely loved how they all turned out, and I just printed them out on my printer. And then use my chai button maker to make the flare. And what I did was I have a pop dot on the back of them, and then I used a glue dot on the back of that to attach it to the vellum. So they'll come off really easy. When she's ready to use them, she just pulls it off. The glue dot will stick to the vellum along with the backing sheet, and it'll be ready to use. So that was the first thing that I made to go in this little bag, and I'll be back with the next. This is the second thing that I made that is in the bag, and I used a Sizzix die for the snowflake. Oh my golly, the name went right out of my head what they are. That's just the kind of rosette. That's just the kind of day I'm having. I'm trying to find it so I can share it with you. Well, poo. I had to use an extended platform. It's this one right here. It looks like this. And it's called Snowflake Rosette. And it does not have a number, but there is the name and what it's called, and that's what it looks like. It makes a nice size rosette. I absolutely love it. And then I used some buttons, rhinestone buttons and pearl buttons that I got from BB Craft to put in the center. And I just put some eyelash trim in the back to give it a little bit of a glittery, soft, snowflakey effect. And I really like how they turned out. I was real happy. And this was the first time I had used it, and I've been dying to try it. So I was really tickled with that. And I've added some other things that are in the bag, but they are just things that I had in my stash that I wanted to share, or that I purchased to share with this person. And so I'm not going to pull those out because that'll be a surprise, and she can share that on her channel. And I'll be back in 1 second with the next thing I made. Alright, this is the next thing that I did. These are 3x3 boxes, well, they fit 3x3 cards. They're a little bigger. I think they're 3 1/4 by 3 1/4 because they fit the envelopes and everything. I absolutely love making sets of 3x3 cards to go in these. And I just used some cream colored ribbon and glued one of the poinsettias that I made. I inked it up with Tim Holtz Distress Inks. Again, this was made with the same Tim Holtz poinsettia die. I love that die. I don't know why I don't use it all the time. I absolutely fell in love with it. But I am like the slowest crafter, period. But I'm even slower at making flowers. So it took me about 4 hours and I made like 6. And I'm like, oh my golly, who makes flowers that slow? Well, you're looking at her because it's me. And so I just glued that one right onto the ribbon, and she can, you know, pull it off. And then this one I hooked onto a little clip, and it holds these plastic 2x2 boxes. She likes to do a lot of decorating and 3D projects. So I thought that she might want to decorate these up, and she's a very talented crafter. She doesn't know she's getting this, so I don't want to say her name. But I know that she will do amazing things with these boxes, and I can hardly wait to see. And after I started these flowers, I realized she makes these flowers. And I thought, oh, what have I done? Mine are going to look so piddly. I hope she understands. She can, you know, it won't hurt my feelings if she throws them away, because hers are like way better than mine. So this is the next set, and these are the flowers that I made for that, and I'll be back to share the next part of the project. This is the next part of my project, and I had never made pink snowmen, so this was a first for me. This one was made out of pink 110-pound cardstock from Recollections, the lightest color that I had, and then I inked it up with my Tim Holtz Distress Inks. I used my ain't that awful, I know the name of these stamps. They don't sell them anymore. They've went out of business, which just killed me. Snow Cutie Face Assortment by Peachy Keen. Ha! It would come to me. Is one of the sets that I used. I think that was for this one. Then Lisa gifted me these bows. And here's another one of the poinsettias that I made. And I just put a little snowflake so it looked like the snow was still falling. Poor Lisa. I messaged her like 100 times, like, what do you think of this? What about this idea? Which do you like better? I don't do well when I have a lot of options. And if you flip this one over, the to and from's on the back. And I just used a pale pink and white plaid button with some sequin trim for my hanger on this one. And she also has a tree that she decorates, a pink tree. So I didn't know she might want to put these on her tree. She might want to give them away. I don't know what she's going to want to do with them, but I made them. And this one has the two here. I didn't put any adhesive on the back because if she wants to do that, she most definitely can, you know, tie a bow here or something to cover that up and, you know, use it like that. And then I just used some Wild Orchid Craft ribbons or flowers for here just used my brush and just brushed a little bit of the pink over top of them, and used some 110-pound cream cardstock from Recollections for the tag here. And this one was done in pink. This one I did in white. I inked with the exact same color. As a matter of fact, I think what I did was, no, I inked this one with the exact same color. I had, when it came time to do the little neck here, I needed to make sure it was really light and I wasn't going to overpower it. So I didn't even re-ink my brush. And I just put the piece that I had, I used a oval punch and punched off the edge of a piece of paper, and then used that for my shape to get the round so that I still had the correct shape. And then here I use the hands on the outside. Here I have them tucked holding the poinsettia. So I mean, there's lots of things you can do with this die. And Lisa had wanted it, so I looked, and it's not available anymore. And I've had it for a couple years. I didn't really feel it until this year, and then I got started making it and had a blast with it. So I'm sorry, but it's not available. And so these are the two tags, and I'll be back with some more in just 1 second. Here are a few die cut pieces that I put together for her. This one and this one are still available on AliExpress. This one is called Santa Hat from Cottage Cuts. If it's still available, I will link it in the description box. I pulled it out to make the Santa hat here. And I was going to try to use the same Frank Garcia paper, but I just didn't feel it. So I went ahead and just switched to solid pink. This little bear is actually supposed to be holding like a stuffed animal. It looks like a dog. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be a dog or a bear. And it had a flower growing up. It was like for spring or Easter. But I decided to not do the flower, not do the bear. I put a little acrylic snowflake here that he's holding in his hand. Gave him the Santa hat with a little puffy dot puffy ball from my stash. And absolutely love how he turned out. Absolutely love it. Inked him all up with my Tim Holtz Distress inks. Did the same thing with these ones. They're inked with Tim Holtz Distress inks. Both of these are the Frank Garcia papers for the hat. The cream is 110-pound Recollections cardstock. The flesh tone here is also a Recollections 110-pound cardstock along with the white. So all of that, and then I just put a little pink pom-pom ball at the bottom. And those are the embellishments that I made that she can put on projects or turn into tags, or do whatever she wants with. And I've got one final thing, and I'll be back with it in 1 second. This is the final part of my project, and I made these little felt bears, and they're sewed together with embroidery floss. They've got little hands here, and they can hold different things. Now it comes with a heart, which I cut out, but I didn't want to glue them down in case she wants to put something else in place of them. And if she wants to hang them on her tree, all she has to do is take some baker's twine and feed it through one of these holes up here with a needle, and then she can tie it up and hang it on her tree, or she can use them to decorate a project with or give away. And I did put little pom-pom balls on their butt for their tails. I think they're adorable. They got a little tail on their butt, which is making them like cockeyed and driving me crazy. That's why they're all tipped up, because they got the pom-poms on their butt. And I glued the nose down with E6000. I didn't have any Fabri-Tac. I was out, but I knew E6000 would hold them. And then I used my Nuvo crystal drops in, what is this? I think it's ebony black. Yeah, ebony black, to do the little eyes. And then once they were dry, I just used my white jelly roll pen to put the little dots on the eyes, which I'm not sure that the camera's picking up. Yeah, there you can see it like that. And so I put little dots on their eyes just to give them a little more character. But I mean, like the little hat I showed you that I cut out with the Frank Garcia paper. If she wanted, she could put that here and have the bear holding one of them. I mean, so there's all kinds of things that she can put in the place in their hands. And plus, I wasn't sure if she would want to do a red or if she would want to do a leopard print. So I left them so that she can take them off. They all come right out. They're just laying on there right now. And I cut out a few extra pink ones just in case she wanted to use them on her pink tree. And but you know, she can do whatever she wants with them and use them for other projects to gift to other people. And if you do, you know, if you want to glue them to a project, you might want to yank the little tail off. And if you glue them to a project, nobody's going to tell that there was a tail there because it'll be glued to a, you know, a box or whatever. Or she can use them as tags and put a little tag when she puts the twine through. You can attach a tag to them, which is what I did last year when I gave these away as Christmas tags. And I just glued I put a tag onto the twine when I ran it through so I could put a to and from on it. And that's it, guys. This is the last of this project. I am the slowest crafter in the world, so it took me about a week to get all this done. But I've got it done, and I hope that she likes it. I'm going to try to get it out in the mail soon. And but I just wanted to share with you what I had made before I shipped them out. And everything that I can link, I will link if it is available. I really hope to be able to find that Sizzix poinsettia die for you because I absolutely love it. It comes with an embossing folder that puts all of the marks for the poinsettia in it. So it's already dimensional, and it's just, all I did was shape the leaves a little bit. So I hope she likes it. And if you have any questions or comments, leave them below and I'll do my best to answer them. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And remember to practice your CPR. Craft, pray, repeat. Thanks for visiting me today and happy crafting. Love you all. Bye.